Okay, this is my review of my free comic book day. All, all, all in Superman special #1 and the Absolute Universe all in special. Or at least that's what we call on this side. I know I'll be doing most of the free comic book day in a pile, but this deserves its own thing. Or at least I thought so. Because it left too many questions. I'm really eager to have Dan Slott on Superman. I think he'll do a fantastic job. That's my real life note. I think he'll do a absolutely fantastic, wonderful, memorable job. But the thing with him is, will it be as memorable as, say, Jeff Johns on The Flash? Or Dan Jurgens on Booster Gold? Or will it just be... And what level of memorable will this be? There are at least 3 levels. There's the ones you go, eh, and the other ones you go, eh, and the other ones you go, yeah, I remember that guy. And then there's the Eisner Award winners, which we all talk about. So, you're not here to hear me summarize the story. My problem with it was that they expect us to believe that Earth is going to get contaminated by this asteroid, which clearly got moved thanks to the Legion of Superheroes, or Booster Gold, or the new guy, which may be Rip Hunter, maybe Mirror Master. Everybody's saying it's Mirror Master. We don't know. He may be Jonas Carter. Anybody remember Jonas? Jonas doesn't get enough play either. Jonas is Booster Gold's son. But yeah, if if they expect me to believe that Superman's homeworld is going to get contaminated for the whole event, I mean, come on, what kind of fool do they take me for? It's like saying that, oh, all the Marvel Universe characters are just going to go away and be put in a little bubble. You knew they were going to escape that little bubble eventually. Or Batman's going to go away forever because Darkseid zaps him. Don't let them treat you like idiots, people. If you let a person treat you like an idiot, then, yeah, they know they can get away with treating you like that. Same with these writers. I mean, it was a very heartwarming story, especially the part where Superman tells the person that her song is good, and that he listens to everyone in some capacity. It had a very all-star Superman feel, but at the same time, it felt like Dan Slott's probably going to get him back to Earth 2 Superman can kick everyone's asses level of Superman-ness. That's what Dan Slott's aiming to do, really. What he's going to do, I don't know how he's going to do it. He could bring in Rogol Zaar for all I know. But it's going to get him back to his post-crisis form, or at least as powerful as he was back before Infinite Crisis. Wouldn't that be something that we were spending time with Earth 2 Superman the whole time? That'd be funny, right? You can post in the comments and tell me if you think that's funny. But the planet alignment in this clearly has something to do with the fact that Booster's been captured, and there's this whole alignment of the DC universe thus far off whack. But that's just a thought. I give the book, this side of the book, 3 out of 5. And this is the best part of the Absolute Universe thus far. The Absolute Special. Like I said, I love when they bring in new characters. I really hope it's not just Mirror Master. It could be Mirror Master's son for all I know. But I love when they bring in new characters. Please don't let it just be Mirror Master. That's why I'm asking if it has the whole dark side thing figured out. And like I said, the alignment being out of whack. The two stories line up rather nicely. You have Superman doing his Superman thing. In the one half of the book. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. You have Superman doing a Superman thing in one half of the book. But you have this guy trying to puzzle together that something ain't right with the universe in the other half of the book, which at one point he pulls out sticky notes, which reminded me of Rip Hunter's chalkboard. I mean, they were all easy-ass questions, too. They weren't like Rip Hunter things. They weren't like Flashpoint, blah, 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 Batman years down the line getting resurrected. You know, it wasn't any of that. It was, these are all going to be easy questions. And yeah, it reminded me of that. But I'm very curious to see where they go with that versus the Superman special half. The Superman special half, it just felt like it's gonna be cool where they go within the first 5 issues. People are gonna kind of forget about it. I'm not going to. I will keep you updated. But because it felt that way because people lost interest in Superman. In my opinion, because I'll get someone say, "Oh, that's not a fact." In my opinion, people lost interest in all of Superman's powers and Superman before the crisis, before 85. And they didn't want to keep track of all his powers. And it's going to reach a point where they're going to not want to keep track of all the shit Dan Slott's making him do. And they're not going to want to care about what's going on with the Daily Planet. I mean, the beginning of this has the Daily Planet getting bought out. And, and it's getting turned into a massive conglomeration of paper papers. Sorry. Um, they're finally turning into a big thing, and like Lois is now editor in chief. And I said I won't summarize the book, but it's like people are gonna get bored with that. Hey, I forgot they referenced that Titano thing. Yeah, that's right. They referenced what's going on in Justice League, or at least I thought that's what they were referencing. That he saved this guy's Aunt Dottie, and it's like, yeah, that's clearly that's funny because I like when they show Superman save the little guy. Um, that I thought that was neat, but anyway, back to what I was saying about the Daily Planet. People are gonna get bored with that plot line, and like they'll want more Jonathan. That's why they invented Electric Blue Superman, because people were getting bored with they felt they needed to spice it up. They didn't need to spice it up. What happened was they overspiced the meal, but and and it just petered out. But um, yeah, I've don't get me wrong. I've really enjoyed the All Access saga so far, but this book I felt raised more questions than I answered. And the sad part is this is going to be a book that they tell you where it takes place in. I'm finally going to get my answer with this book, with this series. And I am intrigued enough that I'm going to pick it up again. So, um, right now, I'd wish Mr. Slott the best of luck. I hope his Superman run doesn't do as Spider-Man run did, and again, kind of trickle out. People won't lose interest. I hope it remains this very campy feel, but yeah, show us what you can do within the next issue. Don't if it's a new character, make it clear it's a new character. If you want these stories to interact, let them interact. Don't just And remember, you won't always have this DC timeline. You won't have the timeline to explain to your readers, hey, this is where it fits in. If you don't remember that you don't have that, God, you're very talented, Mr. Slot. Please take the training wheels off. Show us what you can do. I know you've done a good job at Spider-Man. Really looking forward to it. I am Bob. This has been The Other World according to Bob. Any final thoughts, Mom?
No.
Bob out. Like, comment, subscribe. There you go. This book, I do want to point out, I don't do this real often. This book I thought was good enough to get on its own. I'm not doing this with every single one of the free comic book day. But this was, yeah. Till next time. Bye bye.